Very welcome to the 2024 RECCup Championships. For this matchup, it's
introducing today's members of the honored punch-up. Hertz, a 2011 to 2016 assistant coach, has won the Coaching Award of Excellence and the Team of the Year in 2014, the OCC CR Challenge Cup. And the next generational player in this family is Reggie. Ladies and gentlemen, Graham Smith. Next, the 2008 to 2009 Player and Rookie of the Year, the 2011 to 2016 Head Coach, has won the Coaching Award of Excellence, the Team of the Year in 2014, and the OCC CR Challenge Cup. Joined by his next generation player, Lennon, Mark Wright. We're going to have both team captains join us at center ice for the ceremonial punch-up. Please stand if you're able. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third and final game, I should say, of the day. It's been an electrifying day. Feels like many games have been played, but
are we not counting the Timbits game?
You know what? Maybe we should count the Timbits game. Fourth and final of the day, underway between the Humber Hawks men's team and the George Brown Huskies. Zach Benoit alongside Haley Rath, and again, Haley, we were treated to just such a phenomenal game out of the Humber Hawks women's team, and it was just impressive all around to watch.
A great comeback win for them to secure the W on their home ice. We'll see if the men's team can now follow in their footsteps and get the W as well.
As mentioned, this is the final game of the day today, and we have more action coming your way tomorrow of what should be an electrifying atmosphere. And if you hear pauses at the broadcast, don't worry, I'm cleaning off a spillage that I just had.
We were talking about how good Arena hot chocolate is, and then it just, well, now it's not. The laptop doesn't like it so much.
my MacBook doesn't want to agree that Arena hot chocolate tastes great, I will say. That puck hits off one of the awnings above the ice, and it has been a really good day of hockey all around, really. We got treated to a phenomenal goaltender matchup in game number 1 of the day. Game 2 with the women's team, I mean, it brought electricity.
Lots of back and forth there. We had Fanshawe with the lead twice before Humber just took it home.
And I think the interesting thing about this last game is, again, Humber Hawks, they are on home ice and looking to try to get off on the right foot here in this one. It's been a phenomenal day of hockey, and I'm sure it will continue. Battling it down low here is George Brown, trying to set up in the middle, not going to be able to get it to go. Humber will take it out of their own zone. Heading the other way here are the Hawks with some speed. Cutting inside, the drop pass, not going to connect with anybody. And taking it the other way now is George Brown. It'll be 24 in blue. Can he find a teammate? No, unable to. Looking down it, that was Peter Lamara, who was streaking up the ice right there. For the side of Humber, breaking through, can't keep it on his stick is Daniel fighting through the zone here. Still fighting at center ice, I believe that's Rocco.
Good back and forth energy so far here today, but George Brown's managed to hem Humber in for a little bit before Humber gets to clear. Huskies with the possession behind their own net, rims it out for Humber to just pick it back up and dumping it deep. Huskies goaltender will get the cover and get us the whistle, slow it down a little bit, see if he can't get his team going.
And inside, or I should say between the pipes there for the Huskies, it's Dominic Iozo. And on the far side for Humber, just trying to catch a jersey number, but he's just posted up, big chillin' over there between the pipes. Once we find out, we will let you know. I believe it's number 1, Liam Oakley, who will be between the pipes here for the Hawks. Getting tested quickly here as multiple Huskies in front, but nobody can get the play over on a great glove save by Oakley.
Humber breaking out of the zone here and in and across the line. Number 14 managed to get it to the corner, popping it back to the defense, who then rim it in for a nice shot there. Back to his other D though as it goes wide. Another good opportunity, but is turned away by the Kitchener goaltender. Kitchener now manages to clear it down the ice, but that looks like it will be icing.
And a good plays right there, like you mentioned, out of the goalkeeper, Iozo. He had a Big shot to face, couldn't hold on to it. The rebound went out front and just clear all the way down. George Brown looking to bounce Humber early here, you know. A lot of history between these two schools. I know there were some chippy wordplay between the two teams prior to this one, so we should be in for another action-packed game. Both these teams want to start out on a hot foot. Humber, they're obviously hosting the RECCup. George Brown with an upset, phenomenal pass, he scores!
What a play behind the net. Just goaltender fully bid on that. Had no idea the play had come back out front there.
Number 19, Kyle Gabriel. Phenomenal job. I mean, one more time here. Goaltender caught out in La La Land.
Goaltender following the play and not the puck. Gets caught going to the wrong post and just gets beat.
Kyle Gabriel opens the scoring here for the Hawks, and the Hawks are already pursuing more. Still keeping it in offensive territory, but it drops away, and George Brown another opportunity. And again, my apologies, folks, looking at the wrong side of the wrong sheet. It was number 19, Michael McCollum.
About a McCullough on the women's teams too. Any relation, I wonder?
If it's a hockey family, I would assume brother and a sister. Good old rivalry of who can do better. This, again, my apologies.
That did not hit the boards. That actually hit the glass behind the net. Some good reaction timing by the coach there to duck out of the way. Beautiful save by the George Brown goalie on that last play.
So Humber slowly playing it through their backside of their territory, working it up the ice here. Come through the zone is Justin. Trying to find an opening, can't get it. Gets his pocket picked, and George Brown will go the other way. Wisely, Oakley coming out to play the puck.
Nice play up the boards, but George Brown picks it right back up and dumps it in. Humber playing with it behind their own net. A little bit of pressure now from George Brown. But Humber gets it across the blue lines, breaking in 2-on-1 here. Nice pass across, and just over the net.
Phenomenal setup for the play, and it was Daniel Rocco. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Just a great setup, though. The Hawks, they are putting on a lot of pressure early on in this game. You can see it here again. Phenomenal pass, shot, just going to be too much.
Lots of good cycling by the Humber Hawks here early on, but they keep putting it up and over that net.
Opportunity here, and Oakley just shuts the door quickly on Jake DeFries. Take another look at that 2-on-1. Very close opportunity. The Hawks, they almost had it, just roofing it a little bit too high.
That player was wide open, and he was trying to take advantage of the goalie going down quick and putting it upstairs, but got to put it below the crossbar for it to count.
Working it around here, the Hawks just trying to build it out of their own territory. Hits off of the defender's shin pad and right back to Oakley. He'll give it to his defenders, and they'll play it back from behind their zone.
Breaking in, a little pass back to between the legs, and we get a good opportunity for Humber there, and it looks like it's turning around for George Brown, who's going to get their own shot. Just wide of the net, down at the other end. Yeah,
Peter Lamaro right there was working down the ice, couldn't find an opening though, but here come the Hawks.
Once again, breaking out. It was a 2-on-3, but they're making the most of it here.
And again, working it down here is the Huskies. Big shot, not gonna go anywhere. Coming off the stick.
No look shot there. He had the head fake for the pass and just put it right into the chest of the Humber goalie.
And they're doing a good job. So far, George Brown fell down to the early 1-0 deficit, and they've been putting on the pressure here, but again, it's been Humber really playing phenomenal defense and holding on strong. We'll look to see if they can continue that trend here. Draw one by the Huskies, and they'll have it in Hawks territory. Humber, though, able to get it fairly quickly, dumped to center ice.
Puck kind of bouncing all over the place here in the neutral zone. George Brown grabs it, almost calmed it back down, but we're still getting some funny bounces.
Tipped around the Huskies, they're taking it up here slowly. On the far side, going around the net, find an opening. DeFries in the front, hops over the pad and just rolls across the goal line.
I'm not sure how that didn't roll into the net, but we'll take it. There was a penalty on the last play. We are now with 1:15 left in the power play. For the penalty to Humber.
Just the action's been so fast-paced, we didn't even notice there was a power play.
I just looked up at the clock and noticed it myself. Puck went up and over the board, so we get a stoppage of play.
So we'll take another look here at the puck that hopped over. It was DeFries on the far side, and
looks like it popped over the pad, hit the post, and just rolled across the goal line into safer territory.
Very, very close opportunity there, but just breaking away there were the Hawks. A lucky break for them, and they're holding on to this 1-0 lead. There's about 2:20 left to go here in period number 1.
And 1 minute left in that power play. We'll get another whistle as the puck hits the netting. Lots of action down in the George Brown zone as Humber is pressuring and really trying to make something happen with their lone player down deep. George Brown is taking a minute to reset and get a play going.
Yeah, the Huskies going to work it slow here. No, they thought there was an icing. Oakley wanted one. The ref says no.
It did bounce off a player here between in the neutral zone, so it makes sense that there is no icing. Huskies are now breaking back in, dropping it back to the D there. Chip off the boards doesn't go well, and Humber trying to spring their own player free. Oh, another bad bounce on the puck, and it is in the back of the net for Humber. It is a 2-0 lead.
How about that? Evan Spencer breaks free. You said it best. Great call right there. Another lucky bounce for the Hawks, and they're up quickly, 2-0.
2-0 on the shorthanded goal, too. So we still have 10 seconds left in the penalty against Humber, and 1:30 left in the game here. Let's take another look
at this. Phenomenal break right there for Spencer, and he just lets it rip.
He stayed with the play, stayed with the puck, didn't give up on it, and just a nice shot over the pad and under the glove of the George Brown goaltender.
So it's a quick 2-0 lead. 1:30 left to go in period number 1, and I mean the Hawks have come out firing here in this one. They are looking good to start off their RECCup run.
The Hawks are back at even strength now, so we are back to 5-on-5 for the last minute of play here in this first period.
Settle down. DeFries takes it. The shot, tried to flip it over the right shoulder of Oakley, but couldn't get it. A great tip up. Again, it's Spencer. He has a step drop pass back, but the defense coming up clutch right there.
Tried to pass it off to Alexander Cruz and just couldn't quite get it to him. Great defensive play by George Brown there.
Yeah, that was Jason Cuppers, I believe. That was the one that was getting the defensive play there. Phenomenal job right there by 17. Breaking down, can they sneak through for one more before the period ends? Wrapping around, still in control though, in the offensive territory. They keep it in on the blue line. Great sidestep, one opportunity back in, shot scores!
And we have a 3-0 game with 17.6 seconds left in the first. Humber has just been on fire.
Alexander Cruz, how about that? The Hawks are rolling.
And we've got the Hawk Selly going.
So quickly, Humber out to a massive 3-0 lead of what's been an electric start for the boys in white.
This is star number 9, Tyler Rutledge, and number 10, Brandon Kyoto. Time of the goal, 9:46.
Got just under 4 seconds left in the period here, and face-off will be in the Humber zone.
So it looks like George Brown's actually going to pull the keeper. Try to get one back here with the last 3 seconds. It's a rolling puck. Will it go in for the buzzer? No, it won't. So that'll do it for the first period. And what a first period it was. The Hawks strike for 3 early on here. And what has been sensational play out of the boys in white and gold.
You said it best. What a great period for them. They had some great goaltending on the back end, and that offensive firepower just really showing early on with that early lead. Let's take a look at these goals.
I mean, how about it? Perfectly set up, and it all started with a great pass. Drop pass here from behind the net, and an empty cage for Michael McClough. And then you see the beautiful passing right here, and the single-handed effort by Evan Spencer, just does it all himself, and the frustrations. And this was the third one. Tapped in beautifully on the side by Alexander Cruz, and that's where we sit, 3-0. I mean, Haley, it's really been a one-sided affair. The Hawks have been electric on offense, and they're getting very steady goaltending right now as well by Oakley.
George Brown's had their chances, and Oakley has turned them away every single time so far whenever Humbers need to call upon him, but it's been few and far between as they have dominated the offensive zone.
And here we go to start up period number 2. Again, like I mentioned, 3-0 lead for the Hawks. Almost 4-0. That one was ripped off the helmet of Iozo. And now the Hawks will take it back in their own territory, try to work it up on the sideboards. And they're taking it up here on the left side. Drops back, the pass intended to meet number 7, Shane Ball, but too many Husky defenders crashing in right there. And now centering pass, a lot of space to work with. And one too many stick handles right there. But they still have possession. Shot on net, save made, and
a quick whistle by the ref who thought the goaltender had it. He did end up making that second save anyways, which would have resulted in a whistle, but we're looking good so far.
You said it best. They are looking very, very good so far. The Humber Hawks playing extremely fast-paced, and they are in control and have been in control since the initial puck drop of this one. Oh, and a very bad giveaway by George Brown. The shot on net and a good blocker save. Second shot. Did it go in? It did.
Goodness.
Wow. What is going on here? The Humber Hawks are on fire right now.
They just came out flying.
Derek Morehouse, I believe, was the goal scorer. We got to look at it again. Oh, it's number 11. We got Justin
Eccleston.
Wow, phenomenal job. He was on the goal line there, and he somehow got that one, and not sure how. I'm at a loss for words of what I just witnessed. I cannot lie to you, partner. Let's take one more look at it right here. How did this go in?
Looks like a misplay off the goaltender itself.
Did it? I believe it off his block or his glove.
It went off his glove and just trickled
wow.
in underneath him. Unfortunate bounce, but sometimes it happens even to the best of us.
You can hear some people groaning for a whistle, and there will be one. It was, I believe, a cross check to the back.
We've got a penalty to George Brown, so the faceoff will go down to their zone.
Yeah, look at the check right here. You can see, yeah.
cannot put two hands into the numbers like that, and you definitely can't face plant them into the boards.
Puck sent across. Humber, they are setting up here. Right inside, opportunity, and ooh, a heavy collision with the goaltender.
That looked like it hurt a little bit.
Kind of awkwardly bent his leg back. Looks like he'll be okay. Kind of when he fell back, the knee was bent under him a little bit awkwardly, but.
I can feel my groin pulling a little bit from here just watching that. Looks to be all right, getting up, going for a little skate. I think he'll be just fine to take the face off.
And you can see both these teams mentioned at the start of the broadcast got a little bit of history. Things can get scrappy between them. Humber has jumped out to the early 4-0 lead, and I mean, they are playing sensational hockey right now.
They've definitely been all over George Brown in this opening period and early on in this second. And now with the power play, they're just, they're looking for more.
And Yozo right there with a great toe save, keeping it out of the net, but the Hawks are still threatening down here in the corner. George Brown trying to battle, trying to clear it out of their own zone, but the Hawks, they are not letting it go. Still holding it in at the blue line. Dancing around now, another opportunity. Shot on net, tipped, but not going to be going into the net, just to the back. The Hawks, though, they get the rebound. A minute left to go on this power play. They are still holding strong. Humber, blue line, tip in, scores!
That is another goal for your Humber Hawks, and that lead is extended to 5. And we do see the George Brown player get sprung from the box on that one, as that was a power play goal.
Second of the game, I believe it is.
Michael McCullough once again.
McCullough having a sensational game. I mean, look at this beautiful setup and the tip in to perfection right there by the Hawks.
To his
yep,
D.
he
Says,
knows.
Yep, that was your shot, bud. The pressure continues as Humber is back in the zone. George Brown manages to get it out. Breaking in, trying to get something going, but Humber breaks it up. Oh, no. Yes, they do, and they are back across the line. It is a 2-on-1. Opts to make, oh, what a move. Just absolutely undresses the George Brown goaltender as he opts not to go for the pass.
He was looking for the hat trick, and he found it. Wow, what a play.
And the hats are going on the ice, or at least one of them is. Now we do have a handful of hats getting tossed from the crowd, and the players are nice enough to toss them right back to the owners.
Now look at this play, beautifully set up. He had the option to pass or shoot. Defenders, they cheated playing the pass and gave him the lane, and phenomenal shot. Look at the backhand right here, beats the goalkeeper.
Now I will say, as a goaltender, I always tell my defense, you better be taking that pass. I'll take the shot. Defender made the right play, but he definitely bit hard on the look.
And we're going again here, another opportunity, but skate save made by the defender.
George Brown going down the other way now. Tries to get his shot off, blocked by the Humber defender. Gets the puck back though, goes for the wraparound and doesn't quite get there. Humber regains possession, breaking out of their own zone, up and across the George Brown line now.
Good opportunity here for the Hawks once again, and
a net comes off, so we get a whistle.
another net popping off on the pegs down there, and well, Haley, we looked at it, we weren't sure what we were going to get out of this game. We thought things would get chippy very quickly, but Humber is kind of really they just dominated from the initial puck drop, and they have not let their foot off the gas.
And they're showing no signs of doing so yet. They are not quite done scoring, it looks like. They're trying for more and more. We'll see where this goes.
6 goals through a period and a half, and they are still putting the pressure on. Gets tripped up, no call.
Yeah, we do have a call, arm up in the corner
we do.
there. Whistle is blown, and we'll get a tripping penalty against George Brown. with 6:05 left in the second.
You can start seeing the frustration coming out of some of these Husky players, not agreeing with some of the calls, but you know, as the stage gets later,
you're down 6-0. It's hard not to get frustrated, especially this early on in the game. Emotions are running high, especially you know in a tournament like this. So we're bound to see a few more calls made.
Another look at it here for the Hawks on the power play, working it on the blue line. And they strike again for another, or will the Huskies be able to kill this one off? They are able to clear it out initially here. Tyler Rutledge now has it in his own zone.
Taking his time, letting his team set up and get going. They try to get a play going, quickly broken up by George Brown.
Good play to try to kill some time here off this penalty kill.
The lone George Brown player was up against 4 Hawks players in the corner and managed to kill a good 10 to 15 seconds off of that power play.
And Humber, they regain control, and they're playing it slowly through their own zone. Minute 18 left to go here in this power play. Players collide and trying to push out of the zone, but unable to. Still a lot of pressure. Can he keep it in the zone? Yes, he can. Humber, they still have it. Shot. Glove save made. Rebound goes to the Hawks, and they're going to work it around.
Humber regaining control in the Husky zone here.
Snapshot not going to connect with anything. No, Shane Ball right there. Can't sidestep the defender, and they're going to take off.
Break, don't quite get it. Humber goaltender comes out to play it just to make sure. And the Hawks will set up for another breakout.
30 left to play here in that power play, and look at the speed coming through center ice. The snapshot right off that blocker.
Another great look by Michael McCullough as he was looking for his 4th goal tonight. George Brown's breaking it hard here, puts it just wide of the net.
I think that's a good job done by the defense, but you also got to tip your cap right there. That was 16, Jake DeFrias.
He was muscling against, what, 2 or 3 Humber players there to get that quality opportunity.
Hooked around and not going to get a call on that one. Humber, they're still pressuring, though. In the corner, the player is out of the box, so it's an even 5-on-5. Pressure's coming through. Double man coverage, but he is able to get the puck away. Centers it. Deflected, bouncing in front. Humber's not able to capitalize. Huskies able to clear.
Huskies putting a lot of pressure into the offensive zone now.
Humber slow things down, and they're going to go for the long-range pass. It slips through. Looking for his 4th of the game. Can he find it? One defender on him. Drops to the corner. Dip down, and George Brown will grab it.
Got just over 3 minutes left in this second period here, and it's just as fast-paced as it was at the start. Humber, again, not letting off that gas pedal, but George Brown certainly putting a little more pressure into that offensive zone now.
And I think the impressive part, again, 6 goals in a period and a half by these Humber Hawks. Almost springboard for another attack, and they're going to do just that. It's a 2-on-0. What will he elect to do? Takes it himself. Shot. Scores.
I believe that is the 4th goal from Michael McCullough tonight. He has 4 of Humber's 7 goals.
You can see he goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that's 4.
Humber is not wasting any time here.
I mean, what else can you say? What a game it's been for number 19. Look at this.
Great move.
Yeah, fakes the keeper into thinking he's passing. He goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. Yeah, okay.
Just making sure we all know how many he's got tonight.
The boys in white, they're having fun right now.
So he got a natural hat trick along with, a regular hat trick. But in 2 different ways.
Yeah. Some say that's more impressive than just 1 hat trick.
I would say so.
And they are pressuring once again. Nice move here to break through the defense. Not going to be able to get the second chance effort on the rebound. Played through. Gets his pocket picked. Almost a very bad giveaway in a bad spot. Heads up in the crowd.
Right into the crowd.
So is that a souvenir? Or?
Looks like everyone is okay up in the crowd. They're saying, you want this back? Ref's letting them keep it.
Souvenir smacks you in the head. You got to keep a puck.
I think so. I think that's allowed.
I think it's a fair trade.
And I will say the gentleman who did almost hit, he did just toss it to a young kid watching this game today, which is a pretty nice gesture.
Good sportsmanship.
We do like to see that from our fans.
Very giving country here in Canada. Icing called right here. We'll have another face-off inside Husky territory with just over 2 minutes to go. 2:01 to be exact. And
George Brown with possession going down in the zone there, but Humber breaks that up pretty easily, and actually looks like it might be a good chance going the other way.
2 defenders to beat. He beats both, but the goalkeeper comes through.
And I believe the net's off.
So what is that, fourth time the net is just slid off on this right side?
Minor league hockey pegs are not the greatest, but you know, they'll do.
They get the job done.
Sometimes.
So we'll have another draw here just to the left of Dominic Iozzo.
Nice little pad save by Dominic Iozzo. Actually kicks it almost right out of the zone and almost creates an opportunity going the other way, but Humber picks it up and they're breaking back in across the line. Dumped it in. George Brown will pick it up behind their own net. An attempted breakout. Humber gets it though, and completely open in front of the net. He almost did as he actually whacked it from out of the air back in front of the net and almost took a bad bounce.
Bad giveaway, but a great defensive effort, and that's going to be a penalty on the Hawks.
Great save by the Humber goaltender, followed by, yes, a Humber penalty it looks like. So George Brown will go to the power play with 1:06 left in this period. George Brown with a good look on right at the opening of this power play for them here. Nice shot on net from the D point. Humber manages to clear it down to the other end, and George Brown will recoup. And Humber clears it back down to the end again.
Kind of feels like our heads have been stuck looking at the right side of this ice, but
yeah, my neck's a little bit sore. Do you think the athletic therapists can help me out?
Quite possibly could. Wraparound attempt, not going to fall. Now, though, the Huskies have a chance to set up. The shot on net, a good one, but just gets pad saved away.
A big rebound does not get picked up by the
deflection.
George Brown player out front, which honestly, probably one of their best chances they've had yet today.
It was a good deflection, but just too high, right over the net. Huskies, 15 left to go here in the second period. They can try to strike for one. See if they're going to be able to do it. Going out wide here. And a glove save by Oakley.
Again, he has not been called upon often, but when he has been, he has stood the test.
I think we're having another penalty here.
There's a late shove in front of the net by the Humber defenseman. A little. We've actually got a headshot, it looks like, as that is a 4-minute penalty to Humber. So with 3.8 seconds left in the second period here, there'll be 5-on-3.
And the puck gets cleared on down, so that'll do it for the second period. And to start the third, the Huskies will be up on a 5-on-3 for 54 seconds. Should be interesting to see. So we'll just take a couple looks here at the replays of the goals. And while those are going on, I'm going to continue to try to clean this laptop that I may or may not have spilled hot chocolate on.
How's the laptop doing over there?
I don't know. Hopefully good.
Well, it's turning on, so that's always a good sign.
Yep, the power button is still powering.
There we go, and that's important too. And I mean, talk about power. The Humber forwards are just powering through a ton of goals here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful move to beat the goaltender, and he had a couple of them. Another angle of it right there.
Yeah, Michael McCullough having himself a night here. He is not, Humber's not let off the gas pedal, and he certainly isn't going to either. Again, as we watch him count to 4. We're going to start this period, 54 seconds of 5-on-3 in favor of George Brown, and it will now be run time with a 5+ goal difference.
So it should be interesting to see how this one goes. Can the Huskies get back into this?
7-0's a tough deficit to come back from, but hey, 1 goal at a time. Just focus on getting the scoring going, right?
Drop the pass down, not going to go there, so.
Humber clears it out. Huskies have to circle back and restart this breakout.
All the way back into Husky territory, and they're going to take it through their side. Again, run time here in the third, and Huskies need 4 goals to
get that to that stoppage, I believe so.
Yep. So one player is free out of the box, and he is springboarded. Great opportunity, just couldn't get it from tangled up between his legs. That's Ben Keoghan.
So we are 5-on-4 for another 2 minutes and 50 seconds or less.
It'll be interesting to see, can the Huskies try to bounce back here at least for 1? They've been on their back foot the majority of this game. When you look at what the Hawks have been able to do since the opening puck drop, Humber was just electrified through the neutral zone, and they had phenomenal possessions in the offensive half.
As we've said numerous times, they have not taken their foot off the gas pedal, but it is looking like with these power plays, George Brown has been able to create some offensive chances and, test the waters a little bit in the Humber zone.
Skating through neutral zone into the offensive half. Good pad save made. Heavy collision, but comes up standing. Things getting a little chippy here between these two teams.
Not too surprising, giving the score. George Brown attempts to tip it onto the net, and it tips wide. We're getting some pushing and shoving in front of the net. And it looks like George Brown's going to the box.
Looked like a cross check right into the ribs area, and there will be a penalty on George Brown. And
number 14, Giacomo, will be going to the box. Which means we've got the clock running. Penalties do stop on the whistle, and we will get a face-off in the George Brown zone with 1:44 left in that head contact penalty to Humber, and now 2 minutes to George Brown as well.
Working up the boards here. The Huskies trying to get it out of their own territory. But Humber will just shut it down. It's McCall again. They're working it around. Humber inside offensive territory, and 2 defenders on him, but it doesn't matter. Even the ref got a bit tangled up there inside the play.
George Brown trying to take it the other way, but Humber strips them right at the red line, going back in. Quick shot by number 7, Shane Ball, but quick glove, even quicker glove by the George Brown goaltender.
We've seen Shane Ball already have multiple good opportunities on the offensive half.
We have about 55 seconds left in the penalty to George Brown and 37 left in the penalty to Humber.
We'll see how things shape up as, again, run time. We are just under 6 minutes left to go here in this one. Trying to centering pass, but it's not going to connect with anybody. George Brown there still trying to put some pressure on here, looking to strike for 1. Humber, though, they are holding strong in their own zone. Good job right there to break free.
They are not giving George Brown much to work with, and they are still keeping the gas pedal going.
Centering pass, the shot, and a nice save made.
That Hawks player was wide open in the slot. They took advantage of that, but George Brown goalie says no, sir.
10 seconds left to go on the penalty here to the Huskies. Just thrown all the way down into the offensive zone, and Huskies will pick it on up and possibly stand for an opportunity. No, gets his pocket picked.
We are back to even strength. We are 5-on-5 as both penalties have now expired.
And the little saucer pass over the stick just couldn't connect with his teammate. Now Humber working it around their own zone. Dumped down. Taken behind the net by the Hawks. Bringing it around the boards. And I believe there's going to be a penalty called. Opportunity here to freeze, and save is made, and a penalty will be called.
The initial call went to Humber, but it sounds like George Brown may also be getting a call against them now.
Things getting scrappy here.
It's definitely getting heated. Emotions are running high, and instead of a power play, it will now be offset, it looks like. Oh, another Humber player going in the box as well, so there it looks like George Brown may actually still have the power play here.
And you can see the ref saying keep the clock running because it did get paused for a quick second.
They do sometimes do that when you've got a situation like this, because this takes a little more time than your average face-off to get going. Looks like as though it will be 5-on-4 in favor of George Brown, as two Hawks are in the box and one Husky.
So yeah, the clock continues to run. The ref is just putting through everything, and obviously if you're the side of George Brown, you're just like, well, why can't the clock stop for a situation like this?
I don't know, when you're down 7-0, do you want it to stop or do you want to just keep going?
And you hear the ref trying to get business all sorted out. That was the final warning both sides, and I believe he said if anything else happens, it's going to be a game.
We've got a Hawk down in front of his own net there.
Yeah, the player down, and not sure what happened, missed it on the play. That was Tyler Rutledge down on the ice. He'll skate off here.
Skates off on his own power and looks relatively okay, but he is going to go to the bench regardless.
Won by the Huskies, but Humber tried to take it out quickly, unable to retrieve it. Huskies have it now through the neutral zone. Looking to try to strike for one here in the closing stages of this one. It's 2 minutes left to go here in this game.
George Brown creating some chances in the Humber zone here as they've kind of hemmed them in a little bit. Little bit of Humber's fire seems to have gone out, and George Brown is definitely taking advantage of that. Oakley with a nice little play up. George Brown managed to tip it down, but eventually it does get cleared down to the George Brown zone.
So 17 to go here in the power play, and just about 1:30 left to go here in the game. The Hawks, they stormed out to a 7-0 lead headed into the third period, and they have played extremely, extremely well as they look to continue this journey onto winning this RECCup.
It is now back to 5-on-5. The two players who were in the box for jawing to each other will need to stay in the box until a whistle happens, but the one Humber player in there has sprung free.
And again, now just a minute left to go here, and barring any crazy excitement, I think the Hawks will take this one away 7-0 in, again, what has just been such a display of dominance all around. I mean, Humber played so well all game long, and really for the side of George Brown, what can you do? You kind of got blitzed right off the start of the game. Humber came out with a game plan. They didn't give up, and it really just shows on the scoreboard. Up 7-0.
You got a guy like Michael McCullough coming out, and he's going to do everything he can, it seems, to just put this game away. Again, 4 goals right on his own. As we mentioned, he got 1 goal in the first and 3 in the second, so he's just on fire today. If I was picking player of the game, I know he'd be my number 1.
I think he's going to be everybody's number 1. It would not surprise me. He had himself a phenomenal game all around. I mean, the highlights later on will probably tell you all you need to know of what he did today.
They're just letting the clock run out as there's only 5 seconds left now. They're just calling it.
That'll do it. The Hawks will take it 7-0 in a dominant performance. I mean,
what a great way to start this tournament out for them.
And a crazy way to think it. That's day 1 done, and we have more coming up in day 2, but again, electrifying all around now. The players will exchange handshakes, be as friendly as they possibly can be. But yeah, that'll be all for this game.
Great start to the tournament. We had an electrifying goalie standoff in our first game, and then the Humber women very back and forth with Fanshawe, but get the dub for our second one. And now the Humber men just take it away, 7-0.
It's now time for this year's players of the game. Hanging it up, Humber College Athletic Director Bernie Chateau.
So we'll just hear the players of the games, and then we'll wrap it up for day 1 of the RECCup.
Sounding number 20, Mickey Given for the George Brown Huskies will be their player of the game.
And for the side of the Hawks, I'm sure we know who it's going to be.
No surprise there, Michael McCullough.
Yeah, he had himself a phenomenal game all around, 4 goals. And I mean, you can see the players exchanging the high fives, but again, that'll do it.
Great start to a great first day here at the RECCup, and we'll be back again tomorrow.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for tomorrow. When you look at the schedule, we'll have the first game at 8 a.m. So when you're rolling out of bed, we'll be having the action here at Westwood Arena. From everybody on the broadcast team, myself, Zach Benoit, and Haley Rath, we want to thank you for tuning in to day number 1. Get some sleep in, because tomorrow it's going to be a long and fun day full of hockey here at Westwood Arena. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening.